Marine Rescue Central Coast, Marine Rescue Central Coast, Marine Rescue Central Coast, CC-130, procedural radio check at Gosford main boat ramp, over. Marine Rescue Central Coast, CC-130 to proceed with log on, log off mobile app procedures, CC-130 out. Well, welcome viewers, as we go now for our sup paddle around the bay. Windy today. We've already been for a massive wing hydrofoil and we ran into the blue bottles today. Big trouble with the blue bottles. We got knocked off once and battled all the way back. We went to Saratoga and back. You'll enjoy that footage. Spoke on relationships. Winds up, silhouette of the sun in the background. As we head out onto the bay. I think we'll go this way. In. And we'll put our shoes here. Well, thank you for joining me, viewers, as we head for our paddle. We will do our watch log on, radio on. Very bumpy today. This is going to be a challenge. Very windy as well, but we'll give it a go. Thank you for joining me here at Gosford on the Central Coast, New South Wales. I think we'll go this way. We'll go downwind. We'll go down towards Gosford City and we'll come back across the bay with the wind behind us. Let's go. Thank you for joining me, viewers. Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist, Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. And relationships can get bumpy, can't they? Very, very bumpy. And this is where the rubber hits the road. This is where you need to be able to communicate and get on it fast. There's some jelly blubbers there. I don't know if this is showing them up, but hopefully. I've had some camera problems. I do ask for you to bear with me. I'm trying to bring a little bit of something different rather than from behind the camera. This is the other side of my life. I love sport. I love to train. I love to exercise. Thank you for joining me nevertheless. Yes, the relationship can get bumpy, but just like this boy here, there are limits. There are boundaries and principles we can apply to protect us from the formidable things that will come against the relationships that we're having. And the relationship, you don't want to be, I'm talking about your intimate relationship. As we paddle into the sun, tremendous scenery here today. Silhouette of the sun on the water. You can't swim in these waters, and I fell in earlier and got hit on the foot by a jelly blubber or a jellyfish, whatever you call them in your country. There's a seal, looks like a very tired old seal that's hanging around these waters at the moment, which brings interest to the predators. And of course, as a result of that, consequence of that, my vessel, this paddleboard floating on top of the water, is in many ways like a seal. And so that makes things even more exciting. It brings out your instincts, survival instincts, as you're going along. And this is what a lot of us lose, our touch with nature, and our instinctual fibers become dull, and if not late, just totally latent. And you know, going to the gym and everything's pretty good, yeah, but I believe you need to have some action sport as well, where you're out amongst nature. I know in some countries, if you go bushwalking and that, doesn't happen here in Australia, but in some countries, if you go bushwalking and that, you can get attacked by bears and cougars and all these other things. We don't have that. It's interesting, with all the wildlife we've got in Australia, we don't have that kind of wildlife here. We've got kangaroos and koalas. Koalas, they're very rare now. You don't see them much, or the kangaroos. We've got wombats. These things don't hurt you. I'd hate to be walking through the forest and a bear jump out at me. That doesn't happen here in Australia. But when it comes to the water, another story. Anything could happen at any tick of the clock. And that's part of keeping your instincts alive and keeping things going the way that they should, from within. And so it is with a relationship. You have to have a spark in your eye. You just can't get around dull, right? A lot of you guys sit on your asses, smoke dope, fucking drink alcohol and take tablets and all this crap. You've got your anxiety and your depression. It's not yours. It's a damn intrusion that you need to get rid of as far as possible. Not yours. It's like saying cancer's yours. Cancer's an intrusion. It's not your cancer. It's an alien. It's an intrusion that's come to kill you. You don't own that stuff. You curse it. Dear Lord, I rebuke this cancer and this depression, anxiety in my body in the name of Jesus. You get rid of it. You don't own it. You don't give it permission to be there. And this is where resilience and fortitude and discernment and all these ancient powers that we've got within ourselves are being pushed aside. They're being forgotten about. And nobody seems to, the masses don't seem to care. They're just going along with it. Yeah, I'll have a tablet for that. Yeah, I'll have it, which comes in under the bridge. We need to leave behind the old, like this old bridge here, and move on to the new. Be the best version that we possibly can be of ourselves. Not just for ourselves, but for our partner, for the people that are important to us in our lives. Because humans are sensitive. They can tell if they're getting the raw end of the straw. They can tell. And there's something in our instincts that don't like that. We don't like to be sold short. And I've seen it over and over again when people are on drugs, alcohols, medications, recreational drugs and all. Oh, it's all good at the time. But then there's the wash off. And the wash off is where the trouble starts, because there's something in our instincts that gets cranky and angry with people that are just walking around, doled out, zombied out, dead in their sin. Just dead in their sins. There's one, look. People don't want to put up with that, tolerate that. Do you? Are you happy for people just to dawdle around you stoned and pissed and drunk and all that? I'm not. Not anymore. I've seen the last of it. I've seen where it ends up. It's fruitless. There's no resolve. There's no confrontation. There's no... It's just hopeless. It's the only way I can describe it. It's just hopeless. It really is. And you need to do everything you can to get away from it. Get out of it. Stop it. Get free of it. Ah, you can't talk like... I can talk however I want. I've lived it. I've been on both sides of the fence. And I know which one's better. Why isn't that working? I set that. Very high tide. Look how close we are to the bank. We're chopping over the top of everything here. There's some jelly blubbers in the sun there. Look, mate, they sting you, those things. Can you see them? They're all out there just under the water. I'll keep it down on the water for you just to give you a bit of a look. There's some there, look. They're everywhere. I reckon I hit at least 150, 200 on my run to Saratoga on the hydrofoil. That video will go up. Here's a duck up here, viewers. There they are, a pair of ducks. Isn't that beautiful? Hope you can see them through the camera there. No, they're gone. They get scared. But that's what you want to be like with your partner. You want to be in harmony and unison. It's not hard. What's wrong with people today? Come back to the fine arts of... Look at these jelly blubbers, viewers. This is good footage just for you, all the way from Australia. Look, there they are, and don't they pack a sting. Whew. There's another one. We're really high tide today. You don't normally get this close to the bank, but we're paddling over the rocks and everything at the moment. I haven't seen the tide this high for a long time. It's unreal, isn't it? I hope you're enjoying this, viewers. You know, we should pay more attention to the animals, the ones that pair up and just stick together. I'm sure it's not, you know, without their turmoil and their moments. We all have them. It's just a matter of how we go about it when we do. The longer you leave, and I always say this and I'm sticking to it, the longer you leave the issue unresolved, the sooner that issue is going to resolve you. If you don't resolve the issue resolves you as the train comes down the track. I hope you can see that on the camera. So as isolated as we are here, it's funny, isn't it, how the urban city aspects can just go straight past you like that, because that's the train line just there. This is magnificent here, really it is. Right here in this spot here, Grandad and I, my granddad, he's gone now. He was in the Navy, and when they bombed Nagasaki and Hiroshima before the atom bombs went off, we used to fish here. He was a good man, my granddad. He suffered terribly with the consequences mentally that the war had on him. He said that they went ashore at Nagasaki and Hiroshima after the atom bombs, and he said the shadows of the, oh look at this, look at all these jelly blubbers, wow. This is really interesting, guys. You just need to be watching this. He said the shadows of the buildings were scorched into the ground. Man, that's heavy, isn't it? He said there were people, they ran into any water they could find, the survivors, but they were paralyzed because the water was full of radiation and they drowned. He said there was people with skin, just no skin, still alive. And he said the shadows of people, their bodies or something, were on the ground, just seared into the ground. He used to scream at night in his sleep. Grandma would have to go and wake him up. Horrible. You know, and we're sitting around here now with our mental illnesses, quote, from what? Our mental illnesses are from being too weak, getting it too easy. That's what our mental illnesses are for, from hurting ourselves. Too lackadaisical, too easy, self-inflicted. You can't talk like that, can you? That's not fair. That's not cricket, is it? It's just not. Oh, look here. Oh, this is what was happening on the hydrofoil. Look. There they are. You can't see them on the surface, but they're underneath. This is what happens in our relationships. All the unseen interferers, the flying monkeys. There they are, the flying monkeys. You bet. The interferers that get in behind your relationship and they try and ruin it, stinging at it, tormenting it. You know, we went out to that mountain over there today on the hydrofoil and back. All the way from there, right over to that mountain and back. Oh, it's been a fantastic day. We worked this morning and laid blocks. I did the video on the hydrofoil, now I'm doing the video on this. Oh yeah, the flying monkeys. They pop up when you least expect it. How do you combat that? You just stay out of it. Look, if these people want to ruin themselves and they're targeting you and they're hostile to you and they're blaming you and all this rubbish, just watch, detach, keep doing the right thing, and they will hang themselves because you're getting the blame. You are getting the blame. They wouldn't blame me. Want to make a bet? You've got no idea. Wherever there's unresolved, there's something going on behind your back. You better believe it. If there's unresolved, I'm going to say it again, if there's unresolved, if they're still drinking, they're still taking whatever they take, they're complaining about you behind your back because they're not honouring you. If they're still in having an emotional affair with a stranger outside the relationship, kick them up the arse and get rid of them. Kick them out of the house, send them home, whatever the case, with their stuff, and concentrate on yourself again. These people don't care. They don't care. If they cared, they'd have everything in order. They're disorderly. That's why they put away drunkards, for disorderly behaviour. Many of you have got disorderly behaviour in your relationships and you're just accepting it as normal. It's not normal. It's not acceptable. Come on, get some self-worth back. These people are walking all over you. There they are, the flying monkeys, look. Hidden under the surface. Hundreds of them. Waiting to sting and get their blow. To ruin your relationship. That's what it's all about. I've seen it time and time again. But you've got the wind at your back, like us right now. We got the wind at our back, blowing us in. Let the flying monkeys sink to the bottom. They always do. And if your partner's not sorting it out, you'll see they'll hang themselves and you'll be shocked. Because you'll be shocked because you've wasted your time. You've given your time and energy and power to someone that's taken it for granted. And that's not fair. Because they will. Oh, they'll take you for granted, don't you worry. If you let them. And that's the problem. We're our own worst enemy. Every time. And a lot of the trouble we bring on ourselves because we allow our partners to get away with it. And we shouldn't. We should know better. We should be stronger. But we're not. We're weak. People will get away with what you let them get away with. You have to understand that. If you let them get away with it, they will. If you put things in order and they don't like it, that gives you your marker. That tells you, uh-oh, this person's not going to do what's for the benefit of both of us. You have to consider these things. See, you don't need a lot of words. I don't need a lot of words to explain this stuff. It's obvious. There's the flying monkeys again, viewers. Look, we're going over the top of the flying monkeys, the gremlins. And that's what you do. You just pretend they're not there. Look, pretend they're not there. Just let them float by. And whoever decides to go with them, goes with them. And you stay on course. Stay strong. Now we're going crosswind. We've used the wind to our advantage. And now we're going crosswind. It's bumpier, it's harder. It takes more concentration. I'll pick up. coming in. See, things can be very calm 1 minute and in an upturn the next, like now. You've been with Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, theologist. There's a bit of the sun. Isn't that spectacular? As we come in, thank you for joining me here at Gosford, Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. And I'll talk to you on the next one real soon. Bye for now. Look at that bird there, fanning his wings. Awesome, eh? There he goes.